Alright, Chad Shannon, Shannon Strength, and this is my Getting Stoned tutorial. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but next weekend I actually had my first stone run in a contest in quite a while. So I've kind of gotten away from stones quite a bit. Seems to be sandbag oriented here lately, cheaper, or easier, less messy to do at contests. I'm just going to show you my tips and tricks and what I've always I've been doing stone runs for 15 years this year, or first next year. So I found I like the Shaw sleeves. They're a little bit cushioned, a little bit padded. I find on a heavier stone, it's going to be a little harder to get to the lap, and you'll hit your point on a knee, and it'll pivot there, and this just adds a little bit of a cushion there for me. I work in an environment where, I actually did that the wrong side, and I'll show you why. I work in an environment where you don't want to get cuts and scrapes, and I work in a hospital, so you don't want to get infections. So try to avoid getting cut up as much as I can, not because I'm trying to be pretty or nothing. For me, I like to do, well, I'll drop it. The straps on the outer side of my leg. Here's why. If you have some patellar tendon issues or some patella tracking issues, more to say, and want to push it over, you put the sleeve on, and you can actually use the strap to kind of pull that patella inward a little bit. If you have patella tracking issues, you may have the opposite. You may need it on the other side. Just kind of play with that. If you have a little knee pain and you think your patella is tracking laterally, try it this way, pull the strap in medial. Just a little trick I've learned myself and just kind of my preference. And I've used the same stone gear for 10 years, and you'll see why. It's messy. I mean, some people use grip shorts. I'll probably invest in a pair of grip shorts at some point. Maybe it's on my Christmas list. I don't know. We'll find out this year. So, just good old wife beater. Can't go wrong with that. It's like an undershirt. I'm struggling today. I'm a struggle bus. Alright, so that gauge you can tuck in or not, what you're going to do on the undershirt. Now, I got this shirt at a contest ages ago, probably circa 2013, so that's been my stone shirt for about 10, 11 years now. Somehow I've not managed to rip it off. I honestly don't use a lot of tacky. Try not to. I just get enough to get sticky. And I got different types of tacky. I'm actually going to be playing with a new tacky today. Cerberus's grade 2. They got like 4 grades, maybe 5. I know 4 at least, I think. I got some elite tacky. That's great for super hot, humid kind of weather. Pretty much piss worthless in December in Kentucky. I mean, you could go heat it up and get it to go on, but you'd come out here. It's not super cool. I mean, it's upper 40s today, maybe low 50s in the sun. But elite ain't gonna help you much in this kind of weather. Great for super hot, humid, like I said. Same old short or pants I've used for, again, for about 10 years. They were always too short for me, so I thought, well, hell, I'll turn them into stone open pants. Now, you've got some old sneakers. Wore them out at the hospital walking around, so. And some people use lifters, that's fine. Make sure there's no spiders in there. That would suck, wouldn't it? That's a real deal. When you got stones out in the building, always check your gear for spiders. Don't need a brown recluse bite either to deal with. Ain't nobody got time for that. What's up? Okay. Oh, stink bug. Okay, so geared up. Now, the tape job. Check out Lucas Hatton's video on stone loading tips. He is pretty much, I've been doing this 10 years before he was probably 15 years old when I started doing this myself. I figured this out real quick, again, working in a hospital. I got stone burned real bad on my arms and had to bandage them up. I thought, hell, that ain't gonna work. And this is before they really had stone sleeves. And I've never really tried a stone sleeve, to be honest, because I come up with this and it's cheap. I'm kind of hairy, so I use pre-wrap. I'm not stupid hairy, but so just lay down a nice little layer of pre-wrap. There you go. Just put it into each arm. Honestly, like I said, you know, once I do this, I use athletic tape. Exactly, pretty much how Lucas Hatton does it. Again, he's got a great video on how to do it. Mitchell Hooper's also got a great just general stone tip loading video. Of course, he just uses chalk in his home gym, which that's fine too. I mean, if you got stones or you want to keep them, you're not getting a tacky off once you really get them on there. I mean, it takes a lot of work, wire brushes and a lot of scrubbing. Now, so get your tape ready. Open palm, wrist back. Trust me, if you ever do it like this, you'll know why. When you do it like this, it just constricts the forearm and you will lose circulation in your hand before you get to your stone run. So, open palm, hand back, and you're just laying it on there. I'm not tightening it. So, I'm just laying it down. Just kind of letting gravity. And I get just a little bit on the skin up here, maybe just a couple turns back, and I'm cool. I mean, I think Lucas maybe even comes on down a little bit, but for my purposes, what I'm doing here today, 4 stone run, I just got 4 stones. Shouldn't be a problem. Again, it's snug up here, but got blood flow in my hand. Same deal on this side. Get close to the crease of the wrist. And it doesn't matter which way you wrap it, this just works easy for me doing it in this direction. Again, like a little, and just smooth it down. Again, some people, I think Lucas goes on down, even does a second layer. All right, that's it. Now, warm up time. Again, I really don't use tacky. There's enough tacky on this stone. Now, I was always told it was a 240 stone, but I weighed them today. Actually, I got my new scales for Christmas. I was excited. So my first stone is 228. So let's pull it out. On camera here pretty good. Let's go. Again, you're just wanting to work on big hands, big squeeze. Comfortable stance. I don't really get knees, toes on it or anything like that. I just kind of get maybe a little wide. Almost like my deadlift stance. Big hands, big squeeze. Just do some rolls with it. Just roll it. So, not a lick of tacky, just the tacky that's already on the stone. Probably can straight load this. That's the first thing I picked up all day. 228. Again, you might want a crash pad. I was just kind of doing that for example. All right, that's pretty much my warm up. Now, my second stone, I weighed it. I was always told it was a 300. Well, it's 307, so almost 140 kilos. This stone, shaped like an egg, has a flat bottom, which always kind of made it easier. It's told as a 325. It's actually a 308, so a true 140 stone here, kilo. And then my big one, I was always told it was 340. It's 333. Pretty close. So, all right. That's pretty much it for a warm up. I'm gonna wet my whistle. I'm gonna get a little tacky, and we're just gonna go for it. Another gear I use, mouthpiece from Airwave. I think it helps. Some people also use a soft belt. Some people on a max stone would use a hard belt. I mean, if I was doing a max stone, I may try a hard belt. I've never done stones ever with a belt of any kind. I'd rather on a stone run. It's more cardio for me. I've always been pretty good at stones. I'd rather be able to breathe. I don't think I've ever done a max stone contest. Maybe once. I've done like max keg over bar. I'll mount these in. Now, like I said, I'm gonna try Service's grade 2 tacky today. Kind of puts me in the mind of maybe a spider tack, almost. If you ever use spider tack, that's what I normally use, is spider tack, competition grade for a contest, or heavy, depends on the environment. Again, I just kind of smear it on there. Again, I've never used this tacky before, so we're going to find out if it's going to stick to these stones or not. And I kind of have a sweet spot on my forearm, kind of mid forearm. I'll make sure to get a little goop on there. So kind of right mid forearm, hands, get the thumb good. Again, I just kind of smear it on there. You kind of want that effect going. So it's kind of very similar to spider tack. Again, I guess this is my critique. And a little bit more over here. That mid forearm spot. And I always try to get a glob. Put it on the back of my hand in case I need some kind of at the end of the run. Uh-oh. I should have got the glob first. So again, just put a booger of tacky on the back of your wrist. Some people get to use globs. You don't want to totally retack on a run. All right, here we go. We're just going to do a slow, methodical run. I got these little boards just in case they want to roll off. Sometimes these aren't level. .307. Tacky's holding up. My sleeves are kind of going, but that's okay. .308. Now I felt my hand slipping a little bit on that one. These stones are kind of dusty. When that tacky gets dusty, it does tend to slip. And don't get tacky moist. It turns to slime every time. All right, guys. There's the big daddy. There you go. Shannon Strengths Atlas Stone tutorial. All right, now for cleanup, I keep that pretty easy as well. Glue gun. Always kind of get my hands first. So, I like the Cerberus Grade 2 tacky. Like I said, it's about 50 degrees and sunny here in Kentucky on this December 8th day. So not super cold. But that seems to be a good tacky. And then again, my stones are kind of dusty. First time I've lifted them since probably about a month or two after I broke my neck earlier this year. So it's probably been four months or so since I've lifted these stones at all. So it's getting kind of dusty out here. Again, Goo Gone, baby oil, WD-40, olive oil, freaking baby oil, P. Diddy juice, whatever you want to use. I'm sure he had thousands of cases of baby oil, I heard. I don't know the details. Just what I heard, word of mouth. But I can't wait till South Park does an episode on P. Diddy. I can see them now, baby oil and dildos flopping. It's going to be great. South Park, let me write that episode in. We'll produce it. All right, kind of lubed up, so to speak. Then I kind of find my starting point on my tape. Some people have a blade and cut it off. I just kind of keep track. And it kind of comes off pretty easy. So I'm pretty happy with that. I haven't touched a stone that's heavier than the stone run at my contest coming up. I think their heaviest stone might be 330, maybe. And if they combine classes, which they may, I think there's only one in the. There's enough in the heavyweight masters to have a class, but the lightweight masters are so far just one guy, so they may combine us with him. So I wouldn't expect it to be over 330, if it is 330, and that's 333. Again, I've always been fortunate on stone loads. I guess I've always been a good front squatter. I've always been, if I can lap it, I can load it, kind of a thing. Long arms help. Again, my frame, 6'5", definitely helps. Because that's a 60-inch, 55-inch, 50-inch, 45-inch on the small one. The heaviest stone there. But sometimes I'll move it over and load it to one of the heavier, the taller platforms. Again, just do what you need to do for your contest. Give me another little squirt here of Goo Gone. So, again, just keep you a dirty towel, and it cleans up pretty easy. And the wife won't yell at you too much. Okay, of course, of the contest, I wouldn't dilly-dally so much on that last stone. I would hit my booger of tacky and hit it pretty quick. Again, this was Cerberus's Grade 2, 50-degree day in December in Kentucky. So, seemed to be a good option. Again, it's like a cross between, I would say, competition grade spider tack and light spider tack. It's a little heavier than the light spider tack, but not quite the competition grade. And I always kind of keep. So there's the Elite Tacky. Like I said, great for hot, humid summer days. If you're doing outside or outdoor contests, you'll probably want to invest in some of this. And feel free to mix stuff up. I've known guys to take a couple, kind of mix up their own kind of tacky. Again, you can't really tell, but this is a competition grade spider tack. Probably been my go-to for quite a while. That's, like I said, the first time I tried Cerberus's tacky, which I'm happy with. I'm pleased with it. I'll probably take it to the contest. I'll probably take the competition grade. And it just depends on the inside environment. If it's humid in there in the gym, probably go with something heavier even. Again, this is Spider Tack Heavy. It's still actually pretty pliable in 50 degrees outside. So, not bad. Now, I did have this indoors before, and it's only been out here for as long as me shooting this video. So there's the heavy, competition grade, service grade 2, and elite. Again, I'll kind of show you this looks like concrete. You can pinch it and get it out, but I mean, it's just like a chunk of amber. It's not really, yeah, this temperature is half of the temperature you're going to use this at. And last but not least, I'd probably use some zone smelling salts in contests. Oh yeah, they still got a little kick to them, but I always keep that handy as well. But that's it. That's my stone loading tutorial. How to wrap the gear I've used for years and stayed relatively safe, scar injury free. Especially if you got a job like me where you work in an environment where infection's a big thing and it's serious. All right, guys, peace out.